I can't believe Two Rivers is gone. It was home. The people there were the only family I've known, and now they're all gone.
I understand, Dawnstar, but the path you are on may lead to even darker places. You must prepare yourself.
I don't want to think like that. We will set things right. We have to.
Returning your friends was never an option, but there are a great many more things that you can lose.
I know. I just wish there was a way to put things back the way they were.
What do you want, Sky? You're watching me very closely and not with the eyes of a friend.
Nothing. I just wanted to know what it felt like to work for Death's Hand. That's right, isn't it? You're one of them?
I was. Do you seek an apology for their actions, or am I just the latest target in your search for vengeance? I have to disappoint you. I will not accept either role. I have not hidden that fact from you, or anyone else it was relevant to tell. Your true enemies will not reveal their nature to your face.
So you say, but he certainly wears the uniform.
And you wear the skin of a thief. Look to yourself for a foolish place to lay your trust. Your own house needs attention before you attack your neighbor. That is probably the wisest course to take, a lonely one, but it will keep you safe.
Does any of this scare you, Wildflower? You're so young, and our journey is, well, dangerous.
Why would I be scared? I have the Guardian to protect me. I'm always safe with him, and he is always here.
I see. How exactly does it protect you? I use my blades and my wits to keep me safe. Are you sure this Guardian can do the same for you? No, that's quite all right. I can see quite clearly how you would be more than adequate protection. Nice demon. The equipment you carry with you, Kang, it seems quite expensive. Have a stash of silver somewhere, do you?
That's enough of that. I know a look of larceny when I see one. Besides, it will do you no good. With Gao gone, I am between benefactors.
Don't tell him anything. I know you're kind, Sky. Pilfering things from honest men, inciting the wrath of their wives. Sure, you help us now, but what chaos will you bring? Constantly. From urchins stealing buns to the theft of an entire oven. The Imperial City is thick with his type.
Well, I assure you I had nothing to do with that, as far as I can remember. The Imperial City, you say? Yes, I'm almost certain that wasn't me.
Of course, I am sorry. I'm sure he won't stoop to stealing from friends.
Of course not. I am shocked at the level of mistrust in this group.
Money is only good for spending, and I let it flow as freely as Gao would allow. He and his allies had extensive resources.
And once we've satisfied our primary goals, hopefully we'll be able to take advantage of that.
The marks of the Lotus Assassins. You have covered some, Zhu, but left others plain.
I'm not ashamed of what I was. I disagree with what they became. Do even you judge me, Kang? You serve the enemy as well.
No, I served my craft. I must build what I must build. If others misuse my creations, it isn't my concern. If I had not made my flyers for Gao, you would not have one now. It all works out.
And you avoid all guilt if it doesn't. A masterful work of self-deception. And Gao the Greater would not have been as powerful as he was. It doesn't matter to me, but there are consequences to every action.
In the past, I've shared the company of others that moved outside traditional paths. But this band of folks is by far the most exotic.
You looked at me as you said that. What are you trying to say, Sky?
Actually, you took it the wrong way around. You seem a bit more conventional than, say, Wildflower or Zhu.
The Guardian says that everyone hides a part of themselves, that they don't always look like what they really are.
I certainly hope that part's in there somewhere.
Look, I didn't mean to say... Anyway, I meant no offense to anyone, and I'll just leave it at that.
I can't help it.
I didn't mean to upset anyone. I thought our shared strangeness was fairly obvious. I apologize. Really now?
That is my business, thank you. I think I'm through talking about this. Are we certain there is no room for us to stay in Tien's Landing? Do we really need to camp outside?
The ground is soft enough for a warrior. Walls just get in the way when the fighting starts. Besides, I've yet to find a bed that fits me.
Not everyone has a hide as thick as yours. I know. I don't want to impose on anyone.
Ha ha! If you change your mind, let me know. Few people can impose on people as well as I can. If this is the worst we encounter, I'm leaving. Now quit talking and start finding me fools to kill. Extra blankets? All you need is some strong wine to keep you warm at night. Hey, do you think you could find us some of that strong wine you're talking about? That's good wine you've got here, Ho. Not too sweet, not too sour, and it has a good kick to it.
I'm pleased you like it, though I'm afraid you like it a little bit too much. At this rate, we'll run out of wine before we get back to the Imperial City.
I hope you're joking, Ho. You don't want to see me when I'm sober. You really don't.
I have an ointment you should try. Put it under your tongue, and it will stop your desire for alcohol. Well, more like replace. More? Well, I suppose I hadn't thought about that. Let's see. Distillation, crop variation, slide to 3.
Too long or too stupid, I'm not sure which. Besides, why would I want to do that? That'd be like taking away my urge to piss. What's the good in that? I don't usually offer a choice. You just try to put that sticky ointment on me and I'll show you how irritable I can be.
You seem tired, Dawnstar. Make sure you get some rest. Our journey will only get longer, and you've been through a great deal.
Thank you, Sue. I'm fine. I will find time once we have set things right. I won't, but our cause will not wait for us. Thank you both for your concern.
Your resolve is absolute. I thought Dawnstar might be convinced to be more sensible. You set this pace. My words are wasted on you, but Dawnstar might be convinced to be more sensible. It must be very difficult for you to bear such a burden, Wildflower, to be so young and anchor such a creature. I can sense the turmoil within you.
Sometimes it's hard. But then the Guardian tells me it's all right. And it is. I try my best for him.
Yes, we all try our best, even if sometimes it is not enough. I hope that your service comes to a better end than some.
Gang! When will you fix your flying barrel to fit real people?
What is the problem, Whirlwind?
The Black Whirlwind. And I barely fit in that spectacular gnat of yours. It lists like a pregnant ox when I step in.
It is hardly his fault. You are well in excess of a normal person's size.
Ha ha! It doesn't take a scholar to see that I'm hardly normal. Real warriors are large, strong, and aren't folded in half before getting into the battlefield.
Fine. The next flyer I build will fit someone twice your size, just in case you grow. And have a silk pillow.
Discomfort? If it was any smaller, I'd have to leave my axes behind. That or start clearing some room. It can't need all of those shiny bits.
If you touch anything in there, you'll be the first thing jettisoned. Keep to your business, Black Whirlwind. Leave the flying to me.
Hardly. By the time they're done, we'll have some sort of catapult only the Black Whirlwind can survive.
Or not.
Hey, Zoo, why exactly are you here? I can't quite figure you out. You're much more of a loner than any of the others.
And you were much more rogue than you let on. We each have things we keep to ourselves. If I wanted you to know them, you wouldn't have to ask. There's nothing mysterious about it. Our paths lead in the same direction. Anything else we discuss is between you and I. I'll thank you to keep it that way.
All right, you two have your little club, but some trust would be good now and then. As you wish, I was merely curious. Just a little friendly talk between trusting friends. The group could use a little more of it.
What the group needs is not up to you.
Dawn Star, that's a very fitting name for you. Bright, cheerful, and beautiful.
That's kind of you to say, Sky, but I fear it is rooted in something far darker.
Nonsense. Make the most of what you are given. For instance, when my wife says my buns are terrible, it really means they weren't completely unpalatable. Oh, I am quite happy with my lot in life. But if great concerns take me away from my idyllic home for seasons at a time, I will shoulder the burden as best I can.
I am aware of that and do not need another reminder. Such scrutiny is not welcome. It never was.
My apologies. I show interest in beautiful things. I meant no offense. I just want to learn more about my fellows.
It is all right, I don't mind, but I think that is enough for now.
This will likely get me into trouble, but I have to ask, is your wife really that bad, Ho? You must be exaggerating to some degree, right?
I exaggerate nothing, but I will not discuss such things so close to my home here in the city. My watchful wife has habit of appearing when I least expect it.
Fair enough. All I know is that if a dog slips its leash for several months, the owners usually give up looking. Maybe this is your chance.
That is like suggesting the moon might give up its chase of the stars. I have more chance of becoming emperor than of gaining my freedom.
Oh, you're right. I'd be unleashing a monster on an unsuspecting female populace.
Yes, let's all have a good laugh at the expense of the bun master. We'll see how funny it is the next time you're sipping some of my soup,
I'd like to know, Silk Fox, why do you go to the trouble to dress up like that? As princess, couldn't you just command that changes be made?
You can't understand. My place in the order of things is as much a cage as yours, but stepping down grants certain opportunities to influence that are unavailable to you.
What do you mean by that?
Your station is already low. Stepping down would serve no purpose, and I doubt you would find it easy to move up. Oh, certainly. Those without titles regularly declare their unimportance.
But those with them tend to rely on them too much, and earn a few more along the way. Bitch. I doubt the princess can. Those with titles tend to rely on them too much, and earn a few more along the way.
Everyone. You can't simply declare your place in the order of things. That kind of action is what drives the enemy.
She has a point, despite her otherwise being a bitch.
You're a princess, eh? You don't look like any nobility I've ever seen.
And what, pray tell, does nobility look like to a wine-soaked sot like you?
Wide-eyed and terror-stricken when I kick in their doors. But I guess that's why you live in a palace in the sky. Not so easy to break those doors down. What? I said she wasn't like the nobility I'm used to. Besides, if she wanted to be pampered, she wouldn't be here.
If I required your approval, I'm sure I would be grateful. If I felt the need to prove my ability, he'd be dead. My kind does not consider his kind at all.
I think we both know that isn't true, Your Highness. But you've impressed me enough with your skills that I won't force the issue.
So, Kang, how many iterations of your flyers did you make before settling on such a safe design?
Somewhere near 1. I disregard the designs each time.
I thought the smaller flyers were earlier versions of the dragonfly. Are you saying that you built this one without reference and just labeled it better?
Flyers are a product of inspiration. You don't glorify the new form by reusing parts or ideas. The dragonfly is safe because I made it safe. Besides, if the danger increased as you went back, that begs the existence of some primal contraption so perilous only the void beyond the heavens can hold it. Could hold it. Stop questioning admittedly improbable things. Do you want to walk, or do you want to get there? Yes, that's the mantra of the inventor looking for results. Let little things fall where they may. The big stuff is raised by more than just proper knots on metal.
The more I know about your machines, the less I understand them, and the less I wish I did.
I pick a more impressive form to emulate, but not one so grand that my attempt insults it. You need to stop worrying so much, really. If I fretted about every bolt that fell off in flight, let me tell you, I'd never get any sleep. Perhaps you should forget I said that.
The Imperial City must be somewhat bewildering to you, Dawnstar. If you need anything explained, I will be happy to assist you.
I am not a child princess, and perhaps Two Rivers was on the borderlands, but the simple honesty of that life is something you will never know.
Thankfully, you are correct.
Enough talk! Why don't you two finally settle this with your fists instead of your mouths?
You're not in the palace anymore, princess.
Yes, Dawnstar, you are far too sensitive.
Nah, I just wanted to see if I could get the vixens to scrap a little. If I have to hang around here, I should at least be entertained.